Good morning, everyone. How is everyone on this Saturday morning? Nice weather out there. My name is Bailey-Brown from Remax Twin City. I have been in real estate for 15 years now, serving Brantford, Brant County, and the surrounding area of Hamilton, Burlington, Simcoe, Woodstock, rural, and mostly in residential. So this is my first ever webinar. If I'm not speaking very good, I apologize, and hopefully you'll come back and join me for some more at a later date. We're hoping to go forward with maybe one or two a month, and this is just a webinar that, you know, when you're out looking for a home or thinking about listing your home, you don't know where to start. So let's start with, where's everyone from? Are you from Brantford, Brant County, Hamilton, Burlington, GTA, London, or other? Maybe if you could go to my Facebook page at Kim Bailey-Brown, Real Estate Agent. You could tell me where you're all from. You could also even visit my website, www.kimbailey.ca. So I'm sure you probably have some questions for me, and let's start with the listing process. You're probably wondering, you could be in a home, or you could not even be in a home right now. You could be renting, but either or. Whether you own a home now or whether you're renting, whether you're a first-time home buyer, what can someone afford? That is the main question. There's no sense going out shopping for a house for $500,000 if you can only afford $300,000 and what the bank will give you. So the best thing to do is contact me, and I have a handful of resources that could help you along your way getting qualified for a mortgage. I have access to the banks, I have access to mortgage brokers, and they're very knowledgeable. That is the first step. And then the bank or the mortgage broker can tell you, okay, yes, you are qualified for $500. This is what you need for a down payment, etc., etc. Then we go shopping. That's how you find out what someone can afford. Can you buy a home and sell yours at the same time? In this market, in today's market, no. If you have a house to sell, my suggestion is, again, get me in, because every situation is unique. And realtors have all kinds of ideas that, you know, we're not going to leave you homeless. That is not our point. But we do know what the market is doing, and we do know that we know the guidelines to advise our clients. If you have a house to sell, you know, my suggestion would be, let's go for a longer closing date. You can even put a condition in the offer that, you know, you will accept this offer provided you find a house that you are comfortable with. And I know it's risky, and I know you're all thinking about that, but if you just have to trust your realtor, basically. And like I said, I'm from a small town. I've been doing business a long time, and I'm not going to leave you homeless. And you're going to be 100% completely satisfied once the process is going. And in this market, I find that everyone is afraid to go out and look, but we're not going to put our house on the market until we find something. That's good too. However, just be prepared that when it does go on the market, or you do find something, you have to be ready, and you have to be ready to put it on the market that day. So you're not risking the chance of not selling it. And again, that's where I come in, and that's again where you should start the process to have me in, have a look at the home, see what we can do to it, see what you don't need to do with it. Sometimes, you know, clients think that they need to paint every single room, they need to change the flooring, they need to add this, they need to add that. That's not always the case. And again, that's where realtors come in and let you know, yes, you need to do this. No, you don't need to do this. However, the most important thing to remember to get your house ready for the market is declutter, declutter, declutter. I always say it's best to get some boxes and start packing. Lose your personal touch from the house because you know you're moving, and start packing. And when you start packing, then you're decluttering at the same time. Even if you think that you're going to be doing this 6 months down the road, start now. So the next question you probably have is, when is the best time to buy? You know, back in the old days, it used to be the best time to buy would maybe be the spring, the fall, because there's more listings to choose from. Again, in this market, it's all year. You know, we do see a little bit of activity slow down around the holidays, around Christmas time. However, there's not much to choose from around Christmas. And basically, right now, there isn't a lot to choose from. So you need to be in touch with a realtor. You need a full-time realtor, and you need the realtor to watch what we call our hot sheet every day for a house that is perfect for you. So having said that, I hope that helps a little bit with the listing process. I mean, I could go into detail and detail and detail and talk for hours because, you know, I do love what I do. But anyway, I hope that helps with the listing process. Let's go on with the selling process, which is kind of entwined into the listing process. So the selling process, what is the process involved? The process involved is, okay, Kim, we have our house ready. It's ready to go on the market. Then I come in, I get some paperwork signed. I go over everything, all the legalities, what you need to sign, and I order in a virtual tour. I get the video set up, and we get the paperwork signed. I hand in all the paperwork, and then bam, you go live. My rule of thumb for when you put a house on the market is within your first week or two, that is when you get most of your activity. If we haven't sold your home in a week or two, we know we've done something wrong. And most times it's the price. A lot of times in this market, because it is a seller's market, the seller does feel that their house is worth $1 million when it could only be worth 400, and that's normal. Don't hit yourself over the head for it. It is a natural process to think that. However, in this market, we still have to be careful. We still have to make sure that your house stands out from the rest and is priced correctly. Price is 100% always accurate. And so when your house goes live that day, all of a sudden, you know, every realtor out there, just like I had told you with the buying process that you need a full-time realtor, every realtor out there probably has at least 5, 10, 20 buyers for that specific home. Well, guess what? The phone starts ringing, not your phone, my phone, to make the appointments. We start the activity, getting in on your house, and then we see what transpires from there. Hopefully, it is that, okay, this person is interested, we have an offer. And that's what happens. Again, if we haven't sold it in a couple weeks, unfortunately, you're going to hear those words. Guess what? I'm sorry, but we need to reduce the price because we haven't sold it. So I hope that helps. And you know, I probably should have a webinar just on pricing your home. A lot of clients, without even contacting a realtor, would love to know how you could price your home. And I'm sorry, people, you can't really go by what the neighbor sold their house for or what the neighbor said they sold their house for. That's why you need a realtor, because the realtor has the statistics. We have the comparables. We can tell you what has sold and what hasn't sold. We go by sold, we go by expireds, we go by conditional reports. We have all the information. So how much is my home worth? Again, I kind of went over that a little bit. How much is your home worth? Call me. 519-865-0078. Call me, call me, call me. I will bring the statistics. I will bring the comparables, and we will go over it all together. Yes, I will tell you what your house is worth on the market. Am I going to ask you first what your house is worth? No, I'm not. I am going to do my job, and I'm going to give you the price where it's worth. I generally price your house. I'm not going to overprice your house because you're going to get mad at me when it doesn't sell. I'd rather you get angry with me or disappointed with me right at the listing presentation if I say your house is worth $350 and you think it's worth $400. We might as well hash it out right at the beginning. Sorry, I just needed a drink there. So if we hash that price out right at the very beginning, and we come up with a price that is suitable, then like I said, the listing goes live and we go from there and we judge on the activity. I always call for feedback to find out what the prospective buyers are thinking, if there was something we missed, if there's something we could do to make your home more presentable, etc., etc. So when is the best time to sell? Now, and now. I hope that helps you. And the only reason I say now, again, is because it's a seller's market. And Brantford, Brant County, and the surrounding area, we're all feeling it. We are all short of inventory. So if you're thinking of selling and you think spring is the time to sell, think again and call me now. That's the best advice I can give you for when is the best time to sell. If the market changes, I'll have another webinar and I'll answer it then. But for right now, as of February, I forget the date, 24th, 2017, the best time to sell is now. So another question a lot of clients have or is probably thinking, and you're probably afraid to ask a realtor, like most people are, you know. I could be afraid to ask a lawyer not a personal question, but I could be afraid to ask a lawyer, how much money do you make in an hour? You know, or not an hour, but, you know, in a lifetime, or et cetera, and we're always afraid to ask that question. So the advantage of having a realtor on your side is knowledge. Like I said, 15 years, I've seen the market change. I've seen where we've carried a lot of listings and haven't sold, and I've seen it where we're short on listings. So knowledge. I have knowledge of what is going on. I have knowledge of if a house has a stigma to it. That's very important. Again, if you watch TV and you see those commercials, you know, the ooh, the ah, it's true. It's important, you know. Some buyers, if they're coming into this community, they don't know the good areas, they don't know the bad areas, they don't know where the train tracks are. They don't know where maybe a grow up was. They just don't know. And again, that's why you hire a realtor. And in this market, not only with knowledge, but if you have a realtor in this market and you're a seller especially, the realtor, I guarantee you, will net you more money than if you were to try to sell it private. And the reason I say that is because realtors know how to bring on competition. Realtors know how to negotiate, which is the other reason why you want to have a realtor on your side. Negotiation. I'll tell you one little secret that I live by. I never let an offer die. I try my very, very hardest to not let it try, and I try to bring it together. That's more so in a unstable market or more so of a buyer's market, not necessarily in a seller's market, but you know, don't ever let an offer die. I believe in trying my hardest and negotiating, you know, whatever we can, and don't give up. That's the way I look at it. It's a shot at net, and you have to take that shot. Another thing that an advantage you would need with having a realtor is legal ramifications. If there is something legal that is happening, we're on the hook. The realtors are on the hook, not you as the seller. It's our job to do the paperwork. It's our job to advise you. And if we don't know the answer, it is our job to direct you to get the answer. It might be an answer for a lawyer, it might be an answer for a home inspector, it might be an answer for your bank. I'm not going to pretend I know what a lawyer is going to say, a home inspector, or the bank. I'm not going to pretend that at all, but I will help you get the answer that you are satisfied with. And as a seller or as a buyer, if you go out on your own and you try and do this, you don't know the legal ramifications. You don't know how to do, how to create competition, how to read the conditions or what is in the offer. That's what we're here for. We're here to explain everything for you. And when I explain everything, I like to explain it in layman's term. I'm not going to explain it to you like a realtor would know, realtor talking one-on-one, and we know what we're talking about. I will explain it to you in layman's terms so you understand the whole process. And the process with me is from start to finish and a lifetime. You will have me as your realtor for life. I guarantee you that. So I'm not sure what else there is to say here. I have gone over a few things. And like I said, I'm new to this, and maybe as we go on, and I have people here with me, you know, as we get a little smarter on this webinar thing, we can have a spot where you can ask questions. But like I said, if you have questions, go to my Facebook page, Kim Bailey-Brown Real Estate Agent. Like my page, of course, first. You can find me on Pinterest. You can find me on Snapchat. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me, trust me, 519-865-0078. Don't forget, you can also find this webinar on YouTube. And if you want to direct any questions whatsoever, whether you're thinking of buying or selling a week down the road or 10 years down the road, do not hesitate to ask a real estate question. They're free. And so is my smile. My email is realestate@kimbailey.ca. Thanks everyone, and I hope to see you again soon.